Realistically, they say that the woman wears the pants in the house. Realistically, the man may hold the status, but the woman holds the influence. People always say that when you get in a relationship, right, and you start dating someone or you get married, that, oh, geez, they're gone now. They're not going into any of the boys' nights out. We're not going to do our fun camping trips anymore. You know, oh, then you throw kids in the mix, you'll never see them again. But the meaning has changed for them. That what they value is now they want to be a good father and a good boyfriend or a good husband, and and be able to lead the family unit. Of course, realistically, they say that the woman wears the pants in the house. Realistically, the man may hold the status, but the woman holds the influence.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
influence is soft power, right?
Mm-hmm.
Basically, like, you know, women had to know how to navigate like the social stuff much better.
Mm-hmm.
uh, and we were always much better, much better, like we were more suited to like just exert more like physical power, right?
Yep.
Over other beings. So I think it's part of the like the problem now in the like internet makes it more like in this women game than the men game. And I think
Yeah, it seems unfair, right? Well,
yeah,
until
yeah,
you zoom out and realize that like the cards that like when we weren't allowed to vote. There's people alive right now that are in countries that may not have been able to vote. Like that just seems absolutely bananas to me. You look at church hierarchies; it's still very prevalent. It's in the Bible. Talking about the woman's place. Man, hey, I don't know. I grew up like in the church, and I was raised by a bunch of very noisy, loud, outspoken Jewish women. There weren't any men to be seen. I did. There was no dads around, or if they were there, they were not leading, and they didn't have any status. They held the beta role, and the women all held the alpha role. My grandmother, my mother, and my aunt, like they were in charge.
oh, and
And
talking about the alpha role or this, and there's also this, I think, idea of, and that's from, let's say, Aaron Claff, about, and it actually, it's very interesting, if, when I listen to his book, seeing it, how effective it can actually be. There's this, and in the whole, like, let's say, relationship game, there's also this aspect of like status indicators. So like things that you can do, or at first maybe consciously, later subconsciously,
yep.
to basically show yourself to possibly be higher status than you actually are, or basically just
Oh yeah, no, I agree. I totally agree. It's a uh, I think all of it swirls around the same point though. Is like, what the fuck do you want? So
yeah,
as an individual, what do you want? What do you want to do? And in some cases, there are people that are researchers and academics that, as long as they could get their paper read by the right people at the right time, they've forged their legacy and it's done. They can check it off the list. You know, for people like me, and I'm probably guessing you too, if we do check a big legacy item off the list, we will have another one ready behind it. The struggle, exercising the brain, and having some James Clear talks about in Atomic Habits and in his blog about the Goldilocks principle. You want things to be hard enough, and a lot of high status positions, the reason they're appreciated because there's some of them are very difficult to attain and very difficult to keep. How do you sign? Look at marketing. We're in the marketing space. What How does anyone even agree who number one is? No, no. It is highly, highly. It's almost tribal. It's like feudal. It's crazy. People get really pissed off if I like speak ill of Russell Brunson. It's like, oh, I want to be just like Russell Brunson. I'm like, okay, that's cool. All right, I want to be, I'm more of a Vaynerchuk guy, or more of a Grant Cardone guy, or, I'm more of Seth Godin guy. You could go down the list, and I could probably rattle off another 10 to 15. They all have best selling books, are all accomplished speakers, have all, I think, inarguably made a lot of impact on the world. They've actually helped people with their business, help people grow wealth, whatever it is. Uh, but did they have status? Did they have the will to want to stand that top spot? Some of the people that I consider really influential, you don't see in the news anymore. People come in and out of the things, and I think the game that you mentioned earlier, I don't. I kind of like that part of it. I enjoy it. That's part of my personality because it challenges me. That's why I'm excited about doing events again. That the social status of a conference, you know, it's like high school. And I was crappy of the social status of high school. So this is my chance to be like, maybe I could be good at it here. And that's super selfish, right? But when I'm in those environments, part of my goal is to get into the cool rooms, to get the backstage pass to to get a seat at the table, right? But it doesn't necessarily mean that I want to stay there. I just want to know that I can, because I want to feel, age of you. I want to feel competent. I want to feel badass. I want to feel strong. I want to feel smart. And I want other people to validate it. That status.